Hi everybody, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we're going to be playing Team Yankee, a World War III miniatures game from Battlefront Miniatures, the fine people who brought us Flames of War. Today I'll be playing 100 points of US Army versus 100 points of Soviets. And here we have my 100 points of US Army Team Yankee. The HQ of my force is one M1 Abrams main battle tank. The HQ of my force is one M1 Abrams main battle tank. For my first combat platoon, I have a platoon of 3 M1 Abrams battle tanks. And a second platoon of M1 Abrams tanks. My next platoon is M113 VADS, that stands for Vulcan Air Defense System. So the VADS are meant to protect my force from the nasty hinds and frogfoots that might be coming against me today. My fourth platoon is 2 M901 ITVs, that's a tow firing M113 variant, so I have 2 of those. Next, I have an M109 self-propelled howitzer platoon. That's 3 vehicles firing the massive 155mm artillery. They are upgraded 1 point apiece to fire Copperhead guided missiles. Next up, I have a single fist. This is a forward observer for my M109 howitzer platoon. Next up is my M113 mech platoon. This has 4 M113 infantry carriers, and it has 4 SAW teams. They're the medium-sized infantry base there, and then 4 Dragon missile teams. They're the small stands. So this unit has been upgraded for 1 point to include the 4th extra Dragon team. Next up, I'm running the AH-1 Cobra. I'm running a group of 2. And they have improvised tow and Vulcan machine guns, so they're good against tanks and light armored vehicles and infantry. So we'll see how they do against Russian air defense. Last but not least, we have 2 A-10 Warthogs. So this is going to be my heavy air support. So there you have it, 9 platoons. That is my 100 points of US Army.
Alright, so this is my 100-point Soviet tank battalion. So I chose to go with the T-72 battalion. And there is a total of 9 platoons, which we'll go over individually. But it actually turns out to be 8 platoons for deployment. Okay, so starting off, obviously I have my T-72 commander, who will be leading the battalion. Nothing special with that guy, just helps out with the rest of the force with some morale. And I've chosen to go with kind of more like a reconnaissance element over here. So I have 4 BMP-1 scout vehicles, also a small platoon of 5 T-72s. I guess that's relative, that 5 is small, but for Russians it is. And they'll also be supported by the 2 Shilkas for some anti-aircraft protection. But that's almost like a little recon force for my whole army. So the main unit in my force obviously is, again, more T-72s. This one is 7 strong, and I did add 3 mine-clearing devices to this platoon. Then we have a small BMP-2 platoon, and I did pay the extra 2 points to add the Gremlin anti-aircraft missile team. But of course that just gives me an extra BMP-2, which is always a bonus. Also have a unit of 3 Carnation artillery, and of course you got to take the OP with them, since Soviets only range in on a 5 if you don't spot with the observation post. And the Gopher platoon is something that I've added fairly recently now that they're finally available in most stores. This is something I was sadly missing in my last game, so hopefully some long-range anti-aircraft capability in a unit of 4 Gophers. And the last element of my list is the air assault part of it, which is 4 Hind helicopters. They look imposing, they drop very easily, I've been finding, but that's okay, I still love them. And I've actually brought with them today the air assault infantry, so 8 teams that are going to go inside the helicopters, at least that's the plan, and see what kind of fun we can get up to with those guys.
All right, next up we've chosen the mission. We're using the Team Yankee Expanded Missions PDF available on the Team Yankee website. We chose Attacker and Defender. Now, what is it called? And in this PDF, we select Hasty, Prepared Attack, or Defend. The Soviets, Mark, chose Deliberate Attack, and I chose Hasty Attack. So I will be defending in the Hasty Attack mission. So we're using the PDF to play this mission. Here we go. All right, so as part of this mission, the Soviets need to choose half of their platoons to go into reserves and the rest on the table. So what are you starting with, Mark?
I think I'm going to try some fun here. So basically I'm going to start with, obviously, the strong T-72 unit. That's going to be the 7 T-72s with the mine clearing devices. I am going to go with the artillery is going to be on the table to begin with rather than the reconnaissance. So that's that was a tough one to decide between those two. I need some air defense, so the Gophers are going to be on, and I'm also going to lead off with my air assault company too, so the Hinds with their embarked infantry will also be in the starting group.
Sounds good, and that leaves you 4 platoons in immediate reserves. Now, as the defender, I place 4 platoons in reserve and have 4 platoons starting on the board. One of those 4 I can place in ambush. I'm going to start with both of my M1 Abrams platoons, my VADS air defense platoon, and we'll go with the artillery. And we'll place one of the Abrams platoons in ambush. All right, so we've set up for hasty attack. The attacking Soviets are on that side of the board. Mark, can you explain your units here? You've got...
Yes, so my large T-72 unit is on the far right flank near the objective, accompanied by the CO. The solo BMP is obviously the observer. Gophers are in cover behind or slightly into the woods. Carnations are in the woods on my left, and of course Hinds are going to come in on turn 1.
All right, and then...
And hopefully a reserve. Hey, we got to hope for that.
Go for the reserve.
That'd be nice.
And then I placed a single objective, which is that M113 right there. That's my goal for the game. And then on my end, my 4 platoons, I've got this whole area to defend. My fist observer is right there. I have 1 platoon of M1 Abrams in this field. The VADs out front, those are to defend against the Hinds. And my M109 howitzers in the backfield, hopefully protected by woods and hedgerows and not get blasted on turn 1. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start the game. This is Hasty Assault, Team Yankee.
Glorious Soviets. Let's see if they can get some reserves right off the bat. Let's hope for a 5+. That's about as far away as you're going to get from a 5+, so no reserves.
All right.
All right, so we're opting to try out the Hind Alpha Strike, coming down, just plopping behind that lovely deployed trees right there. Might be a really dumb move. I have no idea. I'm going to try it out. That's what we're here for, to try out some new stuff. So they've just deployed right behind those trees, came and landed with their troops still on board. T-72s have pulled up to support on that right flank, trying to seal off that right flank. And of course, no movement from my Gophers or Carnations, obviously.
All right, so on to Soviet shooting.
Okay, so maybe not the best placement ever for obvious reasons, but so I BMP used the pre-ranged in marker that was right there on the left-hand side, went next to the Hind, and dropped his 12-inch smoke screen in front of the T-72s. And that is because I have 3 guns. That's why it's 12 inches.
Nice. So that came from the carnations over there. And then, did you put your arranging marker there, expecting to do exactly that?
It was definitely going to try and seal off that flank. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So no shooting for the Soviets. So
Nope.
on to U.S. turn 1. All right. First thing in my turn is placing my ambush. So my M1 Abrams revealed themselves as hiding in this field the whole time, surprising those Soviets. So here we go. Now on to the rest of U.S. movement. All right, my VADS platoon, I'm going to make some cross checks to go into the woods here to put some heat on these hinds. So we're going to go roll this guy first. I'm successful on a 3+. So he makes it in. He's got an 8-inch tactical move. So he's got enough to...
8-inch or 10?
He's got... tactical's 10. Okay. Either way, it's enough to
give him plenty. Yeah.
All right, next up, this guy on a 3+. So
Hey.
he bogs here.
There we go. And based on your dice, just one bog.
Just one bog is happy.
Yeah.
This guy is good.
I don't expect anything less than almost 100% success, so I'm happy. It's all, I can go
This
home.
guy's going to have enough to get up if he makes it. So right here, he makes it. So 3 out of 4 make it up. All right, so we're going to try to drive my commander here. He's got a 2+ cross value.
You want that 1.
And it's a 4.
Dang.
So he's got enough to make it. There. All right, so first up, my M1 Abrams platoon is going to be firing here. Each one of these gets 2 shots, even though they move tactical speed. And they pick their target, so he's going to shoot 2 shots here. This Abrams is putting 2 into this guy. This Abrams is putting 2 into that guy. I have pretty much...
Now you might have it concealed to that one, so when you could put him both on that too. He'll have to splash.
I'll have to splash there. All right,
yeah,
we'll do that.
You might as well, instead of being a concealed shot, go for the open shot.
Go for the open shot?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do that. We're going to put 4 shots here. He is 3 to hit.
3s.
So we got 4 shots here, looking for 3s. So we got 2 hits on this guy. And then looking for 3s here. 2 hits on that guy.
Okay.
And then Mark can assign it. You can.
So after the dice have splashed over, those 4 tanks have been targeted. I am actually going to try to swap this command casualty over to a mine clearing tank. There are no mines out. He does not have mines on his M109, so I'm not too concerned. And losing the command is actually not a big deal in Team Yankee, but I do want to try to keep one on that side, at least as an option available. So, yes, so since my CO is actually going to lead, he's leading the platoon, I'm not concerned about the 6-inch command either. So I'm actually going to try to splash that one over on a 3+. Hey, there's another failed dice roll. Doing good. So I'm building up. 1, then a 2. We're building up. Alrighty, so here we go. Rolling down the saves. I'm going to go from right to my left. I need 5 or 6 to bounce it. 4s will equal. So starting from the right-hand side. As a bounce. As a fail. As a fail. And a bounce.
Hey.
I'll take that.
All right, so the firepower for this guy, 2+. He's destroyed. And this guy, destroyed. And these 2 bounce. All right, so for this platoon of 3 Abrams, I'm firing with them next. This guy in the back doesn't have a shot through the smoke. These 2 are within 6 of those 2 lead T-72s. He's going to shoot 2 shots into that guy. He's going to shoot 2 shots into that guy. Since I have thermal imaging on my Abrams, there's no penalty, so I'm hitting that guy on a 3. So that's 2 hits on him, and hitting him on a 3, that's 2 misses.
Okay, so since the other T-72s happen to be outside of 6 inches of the one Abrams that hit, both shots do have to stay on that one target. So he's a little bit of focus for attention, so let's see if he can bounce these shots. Needing 5 or 6 to bounce, 4 to equal. There's an equal and a penetrate.
All right, here's the pen on a 2+.
And we're done right there.
All right, next up I'm going to fire my company commander. Since he's within 2 inches of the edge, he's firing out. I'm just going to fire main guns. It might be overkill at these hinds, but we're going to fire 2 shots, hitting them on 3s. So we got 1 hit. And
all right, I'll just go straight into the save. It's a base 4+ save for a helicopter, even when landed. So
That's awesome.
with a bit of luck, I'll roll it over here. That's okay. 4+. No, of course not.
so 2+ firepower. Got him.
Hold on.
So I have a basic 3+ save for the infantry, not a 5+ like in Flames of War, so it's a little different. Starting with the AK-47 team is okay, and the RPG team is dead.
I can live with that. All right, since my VADs moved up in the tree line, they're shooting at their moving rate of fire, which is 4 shots each. Each VAD is going to shoot at 1 active hind, so that's 1, 1, and 1. We'll start here. We hit on a 3. So we got 2 hits on that guy. 1 in the center. Got 2 hits on that guy. And then last guy in line, we got 3 hits.
Alrighty, come on, big boys. Let's see what your armor can do. So I'll start from the right down to the left. Straight up 4+ save for the first hind. Come on, boys. Come on now.
Down twice.
Second one.
Oh, no.
This is how my Soviets have been doing so far. So, and I got 3 on the last time.
Here's where you get it all.
No,
Yeah,
that was one. That
That's
was
so
one.
close.
But I still need my firepower.
You do have 5. Okay.
All right, next up, firepower. The Vulcan has a 5-up firepower, so we're looking for a 5 on either one of these dice to take out that hind. And we got him. This middle hind. Nope. And then just 1 hit, successful hit on that last hind. Got him.
Poor Heinz.
Okay, so starting off with my infantry saves, going for the 2 choppers down here. AK-47 team is okay, and the RPG is okay. And the last one, AK-47 team is okay, RPG is okay. The last surviving hind, hopefully we'll see if he can make his motivation check. I do believe it's a straight up 3-up. I don't have a CO close enough to join to bump that up, but his morale is a 3+. Obviously, as you've seen so far, I am not feeling very confident with this roll so far. Polish dice, that's the problem. Okay, here we go. Hey!
And he sticks around.
All right, just a quick recap of the American turn. My ambush popped. It killed 2 T-72s. My other Abrams platoon moved up. I killed 1 T-72. My CO and VADs moved into the woods, managed to knock out 3 hinds, but he only lost 1 infantry stand coming out of him, so that's pretty good shape. He's still in good shape for his attack. Otherwise, that's it. No other shooting from the Americans, so on to Soviets turn 2.
Okay, so turn 2 for the Soviets, 2 dice for reserves. I could really need some support right now, otherwise things would get ugly. So 5 up. Nope. Okay, so now we have to rally my infantry, and they do so on a 3+. That's cocked. We'll re-roll that. And oh, there's a Polish. Okay, so they are no longer pinned. All right, well, this is not looking good. I got 5 T-72s versus 7 Abrams here, so not great options no matter what. I'm trying to cut down on any type of concealment to get hit, because that's just going to make things harder. I was able to get 1 tank around for a side shot. That's at least one of my better options. All the rest, unfortunately, are going to be on the front. This does not look to be an effective turn, unfortunately. Infantry are going to stay still, take some shots at the VADs, try to take them out. And then I also have my hind on the far side of the table, flew away, trying to stay out of AA range to target the fist. All right, so starting off with the shooting phase, we're going to attempt to shoot the infantry at the VADs. There's no point trying to assault them. They have way too much firepower to assault, so we're going to stay there and see if we can actually pick a few off. So starting with the RPG 18 on the right, I'll work my way down. Has a range of 8 inches. So we'll be targeting this VADs here, needing a 5 for concealment. There's a miss. RPG. Actually, I should probably allocate ahead of time, so let me do that, sorry. RPG. Here. These have 12-inch range. So we'll go here, and here.
And just those two moved, is that right?
Yep, so that's a moving shot. How did I do that? That was these two, right? Moving shots?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll need 6s. Okay. All right. Let's go RPG over here. Again, needing a 5 for stationary. Nope. RPG 18 there, needing a 5 stationary. That's a hit. There was an RPG regular there, needing a 5. Nope. That was this guy, right? So this guy, now the RPG. Okay, we got a hit, so at least one will splash. And then 2 over here, needing 6s on this, because these guys had to move to get out of the helicopter. The RPG 18 first of all. No, RPG, whatever it is, 7, doesn't matter. Okay. So 2 there, I will splash that one over to here. It is within range. And then you can try to swap if you wish on any of those. Actually, you're within 8 inches, I'm sorry, you can't. Yeah.
Okay. So then go straight to firepower.
Okay. Okay, what was it? One was an RPG 18, one was a 7, right? RPG, one of each. Yeah. Okay. Make sure I need that. So it's a 5+ firepower for the 18 here, and a 4+ for the RPG 7. You need to keep track of these. Probably different colored dice would have been a better choice. Okay, so the 5+ firepower for this guy right here. No, and a 4+ for the RPG 7. Yes.
So he's destroyed. So he's bailed out, and he is destroyed.
Okay, here we go. T-72s. Starting off with this guy within 8 inches, so he can't defer the shot. We'll try and do a side shot onto this Abrams right here. So he'll need a 4+. Hey, that's a good one. All right.
Do you want to?
We'll go first of all this one onto the front, needing a 4. Nope. This one onto the second one, needing a 4. Yes. Onto the right Abrams here on a 4. Onto the left Abrams. Nope. 2 misses.
All right. So side, you automatically go through for this one. So it's going to be firepower.
All right. So 2+ firepower on that Abrams. Oops. There you go. Disappeared. And he luckily made that one.
All right. So that's one dead Abrams. And then I get to potentially bounce that. Yours, AT 20?
22.
22 versus 18. So I need a 5 to bounce? No,
5 to bounce, 20 equal.
All right, so his armor roll. So
Equal.
So possible bail.
Bail.
All right.
Okay, the BMP observation post is going to try to range in the front of the woods there. He does have line of sight to that spot. That covers 3 of the remaining VADs. 1 bailed, 1 alive, 1 bogged. I will need a 4+ to range in. It's a skill check now of your own artillery. Normally it's a 5+, but if you're spotting with the OP, it comes down to a 4+. So let's go with the first attempt. Nope. Second. And yes, on the second attempt. Okay, so rolling with the artillery, it's his base to hit value, which is a 4+. I did get it on the second attempt though, so that bumps it to a 5. And the bogged guy at the back is actually out of sight of my BMP, so he will be a 6. So it's going to be a 5, 5, and a 6. So starting with the live tank first of all on a 5. Nope. The bog tank, bail, is hit. Okay. And then a 6 for the one out of sight. No.
All right, what's the AT of that?
AT is 4.
All right, so here's the armor roll for that bailout tank. It is a 3-1, so
No, it's a 0.
tough. Okay, so pen.
Yep. So 4+ to destroy that one, and he's destroyed.
Nice.
Still not a test.
All right, so Mark's hind is wanting to shoot at my fist. My fist has a 50 cal AA machine gun, so it's going to shoot first. One shot, hitting on a 3. Oh, it's a 3.
Okay, we've seen how the hinds have done so far, so we need to do a 4+ to save. Yep.
Oh no.
Well, and I need a 5+ to shoot him down, or else he's fine.
We all know how this is going to go.
No, he's fine.
Oh, that's close.
All right. Okay, so now I'm going to attempt to fire. Best option, I'm out of range for the cannon, unfortunately. If I was in cannon range, I would have been in Vad's range, technically, but I guess that one was destroyed now. But the odds were I wanted to stay back. We will attempt to hit him with a spiral anti-tank missile. He's not behind concealment for this guy, so we're actually going to be able to hit him on a base 4, hopefully. I'm outside of 8 inches for the minimum range of the spiral missile, so let's go ahead and see if we can hit him on a 4+. And we do.
It's a hit.
That's going to be an auto penetrate, I think, with an AT-23. I think that's going to work.
Yeah.
And a 3+ firepower. No.
Ah.
All right, he is bailed out. All right, so that's it for Soviet shooting. This unit of VADs, even though they've lost 2, have 1 bogged down. I don't need a morale check here, unlike Flames of War. He's good, and he still counts. Bogged down still counts as active for purposes of morale. So the only morale check I have is my very expensive M1 Abrams platoon. I'm going to be successful on 4+. They stick around. Here we go. So they're gone.
Oh.
Okay, that's a stroke of luck for me right there.
So are they destroyed or are they
Destroyed, yeah. Okay, so I would say that was very fortunate for me to get away with not many good options for my T-72s without a lot of bog checks to get to side armor. I was able to destroy 1 Abrams from the side and bail another out, which led me to cause a platoon morale check on that 1 platoon, which actually failed and is counts as destroyed. That's kind of evened it up a little bit. I still would put more faith in the Abrams to return the damage to me, but overall I can't be too unhappy with how it went.
All right, so starting step for the U.S. turn 2. First up in Team Yankee, when you start your turn, you're automatically unbogged, so he is unbogged. And then my remount for my fist observer is a 4+. We can see you, Mark. All right, so first up, my company commander is going to make a cross check to get out of the woods. 2+. On a 3, he's out.
There it is.
All right, so next up, I'm going to make a bog check for this guy on a 3+. He bogs.
Always one.
All right, so first up, my M109 howitzers are going to fire on that hind over there using the fist as an observer. Since they're going to be firing a copperhead round, so it's 3 shots, 1 per vehicle. Normally 3+, 4+, because it is not AA, it's just guided. So I'm hitting on 4s. So I got 1 hit. So
But it all counts. He's got a 2+ firepower, so it really is going to come down to, do I save the hind with a saving roll here? Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
All right.
And the hind lives to see another day.
All right, so next up for shooting, my last Abrams platoon. The commander's going to join. We'll just get all their shots all at once. This guy's firing over here through the fields for 4 up. He's firing at him for 4 up, and these 2 have open T-72s for 3 up shots. So here we're looking for 4s. We got 2 hits on that guy. Here we're looking for 4s. We got 1 hit on him, and then 3s for him. That's 1 hit on him, and 3s here. That's 1 hit on him. All right, so 1, 2, 3, hull, 4, 5, 6 turret.
Yeah.
And there's 2 hits on here, so here's the location for those 2 hits. So they're both turret.
Yep.
So they go straight through 2+ firepower for him. Let's just roll those. A skablimo. And then front armor for the rest of yours, so they get.
Everything's within short range, so it's going to be again 5s to bounce, 4s equal. Anything less is not good. So we'll start this way, work our way around. First gentleman here is penetrate. Second one, penetrate. Third, penetrate.
Cool. All right, so firepower, destroyed, and cocked, destroyed.
There's that T-72.
Okay, so recap of U.S. turn 2 shooting. My Abrams extracted some revenge, knocking out the entire T-72 platoon except for the battalion commander in the back there. Otherwise, I wasn't successful. I missed the Hind with my Copperhead rounds. It was close, but he made his save. On to Soviet turn 3.
Okay, so Soviets definitely need some reserves. Great thing is I know I'm going to get at least 1, so that's the good news. So here we go, aiming for some 5-ups for reserves. Just 1. Okay, so my single reserve that came on happens to be a T-72. There's obviously 5 more T-72s need to help support this right flank versus the Abrams. I pulled my battalion commander back to try to get within 6 inches of them to at least try and save his life from shots. Infantry moved up to swarm around the VADS platoon, hopefully to try and knock that out of the game. That would be nice. Right now, the Hind is going to stay on the Fist at the moment. I want to take care of those Copperhead rounds so they don't target my tanks. Tempted to come up and hit some Abrams, but that one VADS survives. He's definitely going to knock it out, if not 50 cals from the Abrams himself. So I'm going to be patient with the Hind for right now. Okay, starting off with the battalion commander who was able to stay in short range. So he needs a 4 to hit the Abrams. And so rolling with this guy right now. He hits. So that's a 4 on there. We have 2 which are at longer range. Shooting over here. And so they're going to need, I say laser rangefinder. I don't have to worry about that, do I?
Nope.
That's good. So 4s for this guy, these guys on the outside tank there. Cocked. Didn't matter anyway. 4s from these 2. And then a 5 because of concealment through the flaming tank for this guy. That's not good. Okay.
All right, so 1 short range hit.
1 short range.
So I need a 4 to glance, 5 to bounce. So pen.
So penetrate and is destroyed. Boy, thank God for 2+ firepower. Alright, so the artillery doesn't have great odds against Abrams, but I don't have really another viable target, so I'm going to try and hit 3 Abrams, looking for maybe a little bit of fortune, hopefully. Observing from the BMP-1, let's go with a 4+ to range in. Okay, first time.
Nice.
Alright, so we have 3 tanks. 1 Abrams is out of sight, so I'm going to hit them basically on 4s for these 2. He'll be a 5 because he's out of line of sight of my observer. So we'll go 4, 4, 5. So the first one is hit. Second one is cocked. It's a miss, and a 5 on the last one is a hit.
All right. And it's
AT4, so it's basically
top armor 2.
Yep, looking for you to get 1s for me.
All right. Now that one bounces. And, sorry, I used your dice, but that bounces.
Yeah, good for you. Sorry for me.
So Mark moved up. He's going to shoot at my Fist. The Fist is going to fire its 50 cal. A machine gun hits on a 3. It's a hit.
Needs a 4+ to save. Does.
Makes it. All right.
And I'm actually using cannons this time, so increase my chances to hit. 3 shots, needing 4s.
Oh no.
Yay. All right, so we have infantry going after this guy right here, first of all. So we have RPG 18. They move, so their base of 4 to hit goes to a 5. No concealment because I'm within 2 inches of the edge of the wood. So I need a 5. Got a hit. Same thing with the RPG 7, needs a 5.
Wow,
Okay,
look at
angry
them go.
infantry. And then an RPG 18 here also needs a 5. No. Okay, targeting the guy in the woods. He bogged down last turn, right?
Mhm.
So he is. So yeah, so not gone to ground. So I have 2 RPG 18s and 2 RPG 7s, but they all need 6s to hit because they moved and he is concealed. So let's go with the RPG 18s first of all. Nope. And the RPG 7s. No.
Too bad.
Okay, so we're going to firepower straight through. RPG 18 is a 5+, RPG 7 is a 4+. Let's do the RPG 18 first. And we'll do it.
It's destroyed.
Nice.
End of Soviet shooting. Morale check for my VADS platoon. 4+, I stick around. And it's a 6.
Okay, so we're going to go into assault phase. This looks to be actually quite favorable for me. I'm actually going to move this team. It has to be within 4 inches to contact this team right so. 6 inches looking into woods. Except for being within 2 inches of the edge, so you might get some defensive fire here. And I'm going to go ahead and move this guy to this place. He can join on the back there, and he can join the back there. And that's all I can do to contact that tank team. Force.
All right, so defensive fire. This tank can reach this 1 infantry team here in the woods. I've got 5 machine gun dice firing here. I am going to be hitting on 4s. So we got 3 hits.
Okay, since he's the only one that actually can be hit from that shot, so nothing will bounce over because everything else is out of line of sight. I will roll my saves on that character, and he dies. Okay, so I need to roll to see if I can hit the bogged down vehicle here. 2 RPG 7s, so I need is a 5, but I'm actually going to be using the rockets, so they'll be actually shooting on the side armor, which is an auto penetrate. So 5s to hit with RPG 7s. We got 1 and an RPG 18. No, so it's an RPG 7, which is a 4+ to destroy, and it's destroyed. Okay, well the newly arrived T-72s did not have time to range in their weapons since all 5 of them missed, with 4 of them needing 4+. However, the battalion commander deciding to rock out a little bit, make up for some killing last turn, did knock out an Abrams that was within short range. The Hind missed with all 3 of its cannon shots, which of course was going to make sense for that to happen. And finally, the infantry. Actually, the infantry have been doing really well for me so far. They shot up the VADS platoon and assaulted the last remaining one. I did lose 1 team in defensive fire, but overall they've taken out the VADS, are in a pretty strong position at the edge of the woods to move up.
Okay, so first up, U.S. turn 3, rolling for reserves. 1 die, you need a 5+. Are you ready for this, Mark? Here come the reserves. 4.
Yeah.
All right, so first up for my shooting phase, I'm going to go with my Abrams survivors here. I've got 3 Abrams left. They moved into this wheat field. They're going to be firing 2 shots on him, 2 shots on him, and 2 shots on him. And I have, what is that, advanced, whatever, so I'm hitting you on 3s.
Advanced whatever.
Laser range.
Laser rangefinders, there we go. I've got laser rangefinder. So 3s looking for 3s here. So I got 1 hit on that guy. This guy in the middle. I have 2 hits on him. Last guy, 2 hits on him. So there we go.
Since they're going to splash down, since basically everything's within 6 inches, so they'll splash over to the other guys.
And everything's long range, so your armor's...
A little better. 17 versus 20. Yes. It doesn't mean anything, but that's okay. All right, so 17 versus 20, going down the line here. There's a bounce. Take that. There's an equals. There's a cop. There's an equals. There's a bounce. And a bounce. So I'll take that.
All right, so firepower here, bailed out. Next guy, bailed out. All right, so next up, my M109s are going to be using their copperhead rounds to fire using my fist observer, seeing this T72 here. So it's going to be 3 shots hitting on
Force
with concealment. Yep. So we got 1 hit.
Okay, needing 16. No, there's no added for that because it's a guided weapon. Versus 21, so I need a 5 to equal, 6 to bounce. And that's going to go straight through.
Okay. 2+, I believe.
Yep.
All right, quick recap of turn 3. These guys moved into the wheat field, fired off, bailed out 2 T-72s, didn't do much else. The M109s fired copperheads, took out 1 T-72. That's it. I'm running low on units. I only have 7 units on the table.
Okay, on to some more reserves. I still have 3 units left. But I'm rolling 4 dice, and at least 1 automatically will come on. 2.
Hey.
So basically, yeah, I'll bring on both BMP platoons, the scouts and the regular platoon. Okay, try to remount my T-72s. My battalion commander does not help in this regards. It's just a 3+ remount, so I'll go with this track right here. And what I should do actually is I'm going to swap the turrets because he did jump across to this tank when he was bailed out. That's automatic for the platoon commander. Thank you to magnets. So starting out with this guy is in. The other guy is, we've been doing it as caught, so we'll continue that. And is in. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do here is get a little jump with my infantry. I'm actually going to attempt to do a blitz move with them. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. It's a skill check. They are a skill of a 5+. Not great odds, but I don't think at this point in time it really hurts me not to try this. So I'm going to go attempt to do a skill check of 5+ to blitz forward. No. So they failed, which means they'll have an additional +1 to hit, and they cannot dash. Alright, so frustrated with not being able to kill that fist, even in the open, I decided to may as well switch over to the prize targets of Abrams, even though I am falling under their 50 cal and MG umbrella. At this point in time, I think it's just going to be worthwhile going after the Abrams instead. So that's the plan there. My infantry were not able to get up to the hedgerow, unfortunately, to target the M109s due to a failed blitz move. But I do have like 3 RPG 7 shots on the side of Abrams, which will probably not do much, but why not take the shot? I've got nothing else to do. T-72s came up to get within short range, trying to use at least some concealment, since I'm going to be concealed versus Abrams anyway, so I might as well get it myself. BMP-2s obviously failed with their blitz move, so they couldn't fire the spandrels, but they've come up into a position to do so. And I did a quick dash on my BMP-1 scout platoon on the far side there, moving up to the wall and staying out of line of sight of the fist for the copperheads. So as you can see, I'm not a big fan of copperheads. Okay, so starting out with the 3 moving RPG shots. I need 4 to hit, 5 for concealment, 6 for failed blitz, and actually a 7 for moving and firing. So a 6 followed by a 5. Told you it's a long shot. That makes it easy. No false hopes. Okay, so here's a part where we're actually going to do the fast rolling technique. Since everything's in short range, any type of additional hits will get splashed over. It doesn't really matter if I hit his command tank or whatever. We're just going to roll 5 dice together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 T-72s shooting into the front of the Abrams. I will need 5s because of concealment.
Oh.
Not bad. I'll take that.
All right,
1 on each.
1 for each. All right, they're all short range, so I need 4 to lance. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. This guy, he's penetrated. This guy is also penned,
Oh, man.
and this guy is also
Wow.
penetrated.
Whoa.
So 2+.
2+. Yep.
Destroyed.
Oh, caught. Bailed. Destroyed.
All right. All right, so my company commander, whose tank was destroyed, is going to try to hop into this bailed out tank on a 3+. And he does so.
Alright, arranging the artillery on the remaining hind here. 4+ for the first attempt. Cocked again. Cocked again. Nope, second attempt. Nope, third attempt. Yes. Okay, so it's going to hit on a 4, typically, but on the second attempt, 5, 6. Not gone to ground, is within line of sight of the OP, so I hit him on a 6. No.
All right, this hind's going to be firing, so I'm going to get 150 cal AA shot. Hitting on a 3.
Needing a 4+ save. Saves.
Oh, look at him go.
And so now the hind is going to try and do a spiral missile into that remaining tank there. Yeah, might as well do the Abrams first, so let's go after that. So I need a 4+ base, nothing within tall terrain. No.
All right, so at the start of American turn 4, first thing we have is formation morale. Both of my combat platoons, my Abram platoons, are destroyed, so I am not in good spirits. My bailed out company commander is going to be taking a morale check on a 3+. If I fail it, the game is over and it's going to be a Soviet victory. So here we go. 1 3+ to stay in the game. And we're in.
You can bring one that's in good spirits as long as it's one unit.
All right, so next up I'm rolling for reserves. I've got 2 dice coming in looking for a 5+. We get 2 reserves.
Of course.
All right, so my reserves are in scattered reserves, so I roll to see where they come in. The infantry mech platoon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, will be coming in the backfield, and the ITV platoon will be coming in the backfield. That's on a 2. All right, so next up, the company commander is going to try to remount his Abrams on a 2+, and he makes it. Barely. So my infantry is going to try to make a blitz move onto the board. I'm successful on a 4+. So they are not. So they'll be shooting at -1 rate of fire. All right, I'm going to try to blitz on my ITV platoon on a 4+. Nope. Okay, recap for the American movement phase. I got 2 reserves in. My ITV platoon drove up to this hedge. Hopefully they'll shoot down that helicopter with some AA machine gun fire. My 1 surviving Abrams is staying put and bravely facing the onrushing hordes. My 2nd reserve, my mechanized platoon, arrived, dismounted. Hopefully they will take on this infantry platoon in the field and knock it out. My M109s moved up just about ½ an inch to get within range of the hedge to add their fire to that battle. And then lastly, my fist hid behind a building. He's kind of terrified of those BMP-1s scouting there on the side. So on to U.S. shooting phase. All right, so first up, these 2 ITVs will be firing their 7.62 millimeter AA machine guns at the hind, hitting on a 3. That's 1 hit.
Alright, coming into the save for the hind. Nope.
I'm looking for a 6 to shoot him down. Nope. All right, next up, my company commander is going to be firing his 2 shots into the battalion commander over here. So he's firing through Rex Concealment Wood, so it's going to be hitting on a 4. And that is 1 hit.
Okay, I cannot bounce this because he's within 8 inches. So straight up going to be my 16 versus 20, which is an equal.
All right, so 2+2 bail.
Bail
He's
out.
bailed. All right, next up, the M113 transports are going to be firing into the infantry. They moved, so they are going to be hitting on 4s, 2 dice each, 8 shots total, shooting at that guy. So it looks like we got 4 hits. We're statistically average there.
So do it. Actually, we'll do it like so.
Okay.
All right, then I'll just go down the line individually each one. Sorry,
That's
just
good.
roll way over there.
That's better when you roll over there. Yeah, he's good. So 2 down.
And he was the command team. What was it? There he is, the command team.
Okay, so next up I have my 4 SAW teams. Infantry teams are firing into the infantry as well. They failed their blitz move, so they're concealed, +1 for failing their blitz move, so they're hitting that infantry on 5s. And we got 4 more hits. Okay.
Okay, so automatically they're now pinned down. I'm going to be 1 hit on each team, 4 hits, so work my way down. So another dead, and he was the command team, so he would jump over to another one. Since we're all RPG teams, it doesn't matter. Next one is okay. After that is okay. And okay. So we're still currently, as it right now, we're in good spirits.
Good spirits. Alright, so next up I'm going to fire my M109s. These 2 can no longer shoot because all their targets are dead. He fired his A machine gun and defensive fire last turn, so he's firing his main gun, which is slow firing, concealment. I'm hitting on a 5. Here we go. And it is brutal, so if you make a successful save, you have to reroll it.
Yeah, so I'll do the guy right up in front. Let's go ahead and try to save him. No, I got that brutal.
Brutal.
Okay, so the now my air assault team is now not in good spirits, so I do need to roll a 3+ to keep them in the game. Nope, they've had enough.
They did so well.
Alright, so in the assault phase, I'm not assaulting, but I will be using shoot and scoot, a movement rule on my company commander. Company commander is a little bit better skill check, so I'm successful on a 3+. And I'm cocked, so I can move 4 inches. Alright, so recap of U.S. turn 4. My Abrams company commander bailed out the battalion commander. My units that came in mech platoon and M109s pretty much annihilated the Russian infantry. They failed morale and got out of there. And then my ITBs missed their AA shots at the hind. So that's it. So on to Soviet turn 5.
Okay, so starting out with trying to remount my battalion commander, which if he does not, he will be able to possess another tank anyway. So let's go ahead and attempt to do that. He does not, so he will jump to another vehicle. It'll just be simply like so.
I like that he's possessing.
Okay, so moved up. T-72s needed to get close to the tall terrain here to shoot in at the Abrams. The BMPs did not. They did a dash move, and actually while I'm here, I'm going to do a follow me order on them as well. So I have a 4+ for the leader, who does. So I'm actually going to move those an additional 4 inches. I need to be within 6 inches, which is everybody. Okay, so my artillery needs to have line of sight to its point, so I'm going to attempt to drop right here, which will catch 2 targets. So ranging in on a 4+. I did. I don't have direct line of sight to either of these 2 vehicles because I've got the tall terrain here, so they're going to be hitting on 4s, which is going to change to 5s for being out of line of sight. So 5s for the Abrams, no, and 5s for the ITV. This hits.
It's AT4?
Yes.
Top armor 1?
Yep. Okay, we're going to go ahead and shoot at the Abrams. We've got 4 T-72s moved up. They all need 1 target, so we're going to need 5s to try to hit that Abrams because it's concealment. 1 hit.
No. Alright, so I need a 4 to glance. Okay.
And that's, yeah,
Or is that
it's a glance,
a
right?
glance,
Yep. So 2+ to bail, and bailed.
Yeah, I've seen this position.
Nothing to assault him though. Okay, so we're going to do 4 Saga missile shots. We're going to be targeting that lead M109. separate blue dice will be this guy because that's the only one he can hit. The other ones can splash over to the second guy. It is long range, which makes no difference to guided, but there is short terrain in the way, so it will be 5. So needing 5s to hit. How about all 4 hits? So, when are these not? These need to be on much earlier. So basically, it would be 1 and 3. I can only have one more. Oh no, you're right. No, 2 can hit that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
because
Yeah.
the one.
Yep.
Okay. And then go straight to your fire
Yes,
powers.
I think I do need to do that. So firepower on the AT, which is 1819, is a 3+. So 2 on that guy right there is destroyed, and the other guy is destroyed.
All right, he's gonna jump. Platoon commander there.
Oh, that was a hell of a shot right there.
Okay, so Mark's Heinz shooting my Abrams. The 2 ITBs are gonna try to save them. So here we go, hitting on 3s. Nothing.
109? Then 20?
20? Yep. 150 cal from the M109.
Hits.
All
Possible?
right, so I need a 5 or 6 to bring him down.
No.
All right, so his shot goes through.
Nope, one more. You got one more. One more 50 cal. One more from this guy.
One more 50 cal. All right, so from this M113, that's a hit. That's a pass.
Save. But can he hit? That is the question. 4+. No.
Ah.
All right, so this is U.S. turn 6, I guess, right? We're going to throw 3 dice for reserves. And we fail, so we get 1 in automatically because we're rolling 3 dice. We'll bring in the 8. So going back in time at the end of the shooting phase, these guys did take a loss. They need a morale check on a 4+. They stick around and they run away. All right, we're going to try to get back in our tank here. 2+. We're back in, ready to rock and roll. All right, I changed my mind. I brought in my Cobras instead of my A10s. They're going to try to make a blitz move. So I'm successful on a 4+. So they're blitzing in 4 inches. All right, just recap U.S. movement phase. My company command Abrams backed up. 1 ITV moved to get a shot because he didn't have any targets. This guy stayed put. These guys moved over. We're going to get some AA into the hind. My fist moved out a little bit to get some 50 cal shots on the BMPs. My infantry moved into the field, and that's it. So on to U.S. shooting.
Starting with the Shilka. Okay, starting with the Shilka. Because of the rules for the Cobra, and he has yet to fire, I'll be hitting him on 6s, but it's a case of either that or waiting for him to shoot first. So I'm actually going to attempt to at least knock 1 or 2 of them out if I can. So 6s from the Shilka.
Oh.
So 1 on each.
All right. I get 5 up saves. So 5 up for this guy. Yay, 5 up for this guy. Yes, all right.
Lucky.
And then I'll have my Gophers to fire. So that's going to be 8 shots there. 2, 4, 6.
Just 1 tank.
2 so far, and 2 more. 3. So we'll put 2. It doesn't matter. Yeah, 2 on either one doesn't matter.
All right. So 5s for this guy. So 1 firepower test. And 5s for this guy. A firepower test. So 1
All right.
firepower test for each.
4+. And if I can take 1 down, I'll be happy. First one. No. Second. Yes.
Hey.
Gonna make him test. Yes.
All right. So my surviving Cobra is going to fire its Vulcan. Since I made my successful blitz move, I'm shooting a full rate of fire. So that's 6 dice Vulcans hitting the Carnations on 4s. So we got 4 hits. It's anti-tank 6 versus your side of 1.
Okay. So we've got 4 hits. So it's going to be 2. Do you care which one the 2 is on?
Doesn't matter.
So, okay. So we'll go 2 on this guy, 1-1. With the guy in the middle being the command tank. So 2. So I need 5s to equal 6 to bounce, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 penetrate. Penetrate. Equals.
Okay. So 5 plus firepower for these two. He's destroyed twice. And then 1 penetrate for this guy. He is bailed. And then a 5 plus to bail the last guy. He's bailed.
Done, guys. Go ahead.
So we've got 2 50 cal shots from the fist into that BMP, hitting on 4s. He's within 16. So that is 1 hit, AT4 versus your armor. Whatever.
2.
2.
And he
So
likes
he's
that.
good. He bounced it. All right, next up, my M113 transports. 3 of them are going to shoot at the hind. He shot last turn, defensive fire, so he can't shoot. So hitting the hind on 3s. That's 3 hits. Maybe this is the time.
4s to save. 2 possible.
All right, so I need a 5 to shoot this guy down. Yes, he's gone finally. That guy was a pain.
He never did anything to
But
you.
he freaked me out. ITV. That's awkward. ITV is going to be shooting at that BMP, hitting on a 4 because of concealment, and misses. All right, for the last of my shooting, the Abrams is going to fire into the T-72s, 2 shots, hitting on 4s. That's 1 hit.
Which was the target? Sorry.
That one.
And that's the target. So okay. 16 versus 20. So there's that magic 5.
There you go.
I gotta call my stuff. I don't know why I forget that. I'm just gonna pull it out.
All right, so my Cobras are only 1 active unit, so they are not in good spirits. I need a 4+ for my Cobra to stick around, and he's gone.
All right, so my Carnations took a bit of a beating from the Cobra. They're not in good spirits, so I need a 3+ there, and they're gone too.
Here's the end of turn recap for the U.S. Not a very productive turn. My company commander missed. ITV missed. I killed the hind finally. He went down after 6 turns of shooting at him. And I took out the Carnation artillery battery, but lost my Cobras in the process. So on to Soviet turn.
All right, let's see if this tank can remount. He's in a great position actually if he can, so let's see if he does. Yes, he does. All right, so we got a bit of a bottleneck here. I do not have enough gap to get through, so I'm going to have to cut through the woods to bring the BMPs up. So, and I do want to shoot, so I'm not going to do a cross here order. So we'll start out with the first guy right here. Needs a 3 or better, so he's good. And he's just going to come right up to here. We'll do this guy, same thing, of course he bogs. One more attempt. Okay, he's solid. Alright, so moving. So kind of all over the place here really. So I moved up 1 T-72 to get a side shot on the Abrams. The other 4 have stayed where they are to attempt to knock him out. I also have the BMPs, 1 stayed stationary to take some shots on the ITV that attempted to kill him. The others try to move up to engage the M113s. 1 bogged, and the other one now is kind of stuck behind. The infantry moved up to engage the opposing infantry. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the Battalion T-72 by himself, shooting at the Abrams. He will need a 5 for concealment. Let's see how he does, because he's been pretty good so far. And there he is again.
All right, close range. So I need a 4 to bail.
Yeah.
5 to bounce.
Or a 1's great too.
Bail.
Bailing out again, hopefully. And there's that 6 again. All right, but then it gives me no choice. I do need to unload the rest of the T-72s at him, unfortunately. Although I got a side shot there. he needs to die. So 3 on the front, and the 1 on the side needing 5s. Nothing.
Yay, company.
Okay, moving on to the BMPs. I'm going to take 3 shots at the ITV that fired. Moving rate of fire here is 2. It's going to be concealed either way, so we'll go. He's going to take 2 right here, and he'll take 2 right on here. Let's see, we'll put it, yeah, 2 there. That's fine. Okay. Starting with the 3 shots at the ITV, he's within 16. So he's at short range, but he is concealed, so he needs 5s to hit the ITV. Oh, yeah, he's angry. 4s to hit the M103, this fella right here. Nothing. And 5s on this one over here. Nothing. Just the concealed 1.
Alright, so I have to divvy them out, so I'll put 1
Can I
up.
see him though? I don't think I could, remember. Or was that the one
He
that
was the one
fired?
that shot at
Oh,
you.
he did. Okay. Never mind.
But you want to shoot at him anyway because he moved and didn't get gone.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'll put
like
1
a-
on him.
Okay.
Alright. And can I stop that? What is the
AT-10.
AT-10?
So no.
No, my front armor's 3, so go right to firepower.
Okay. Pretty sure that they have 5+ firepower. Okay,
That's how
so
cocky I am. I'm getting my bailed out token.
5+ firepower.
Oh, he's gone.
destroyed, and the second one is bailed.
Came in handy. But of course, that's a test.
All right, so infantry shooting at the opposing infantry, starting out with the RPG. Would need a 4 typically, but I didn't move, so it's going to move up to a 5.
Got
That's
it.
an RPG hit. I'll just go straight to firepower.
Sure.
Okay. So 4+ and destroy.
This one?
It was actually that one, but you want to bounce it, you can go ahead and switch it over. I'm outside of 8.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Then the rest of it is going to be 5s to hit. No penalty to a moving shooting. There. I believe no pins is different. Okay. So 5s on this guy. That's 2. 5s on this guy. That's 2. Not too bad. 5s on this guy. That's 1, so we get at least a pin, and this will be a 6 for the RPG moving.
And these were the only ones in range? For
I
this?
believe so.
So I'll just keep them the
Keep
way
them
you
as
have
is?
them.
Okay.
Alright, so we got 2 saves for here, 3+.
That's
He
it.
is good. Next guy. He's dead. And last guy. Let's go.
They are pinned.
Okay, into the shooting phase. My ITV platoon needs a morale check. A 4+, he sticks around. And he's gone.
All right, attempting to do a shoot and scoot to back away from the tall terrain on the T-72s here. He moved up, so will not be able to do so. So we're going to go on a skill of the battalion commander, who is right here, on a 4+. And they do not.
Alright, so first up on the US side, I'm going to roll reserves. I automatically get my last platoon in, which is my A-10 platoon. They're strike aircraft, so they come in on a 4+. So let's see if they're available this turn. They're not. Next up, we're going to try to rally these guys. They do it on a 4+. And they do not. And lastly, my M1 Abrams Company Commander on a 2+. And he does. That doesn't help. Alright, so I'm going to start with my pinned down infantry platoon. I've got 2 SAW teams. They're going to be firing rate of fire 2 because they're pinned at that infantry team, hitting you on 4s. So that would be 3 hits there. And then we have 1 law firing at that guy. Since I'm within 2, it's no cover.
But it will be a 4 because if it's a... I think you have
Rate of fire 1.
Yeah.
So 4 to hit and it misses.
Okay. Okay, 3 teams.
3 hits.
And it can be on What is the
So I
range?
targeted this guy, so.
So it could splash this way?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, starting from far to back. Good. Good. Dead. That's the command team, so he'll switch
Perfectly
to
average.
this guy right here.
Next up, my M113 transports are going to fire into the BMP2s. I'm going to need, I get 8 shots. I'm going to need 3s to hit. Ugh. That would be 2 hits.
Okay. So 1 on each, 2 against 4. The leader penetrate, and the other guy bounces.
Alright, 5+ firepower. Got him.
Okay, so he's just going to automatically jump to this.
Alright, so my company commander is going to be firing at the T-72s. We're going to hit on 4s. That'd be 1 hit.
Which one did you have targeted?
That one.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That one.
That one.
Okay. 16 against 20. Penetrate.
2+. And he's toast.
Hey, he killed something.
Alright, so I'm going to attempt to do a blitz order with the BMPs to see if they can get a little bit of a jump towards those infantry. Skill check is a 5+. Hey.
Nice.
Alright. Okay, so now we're finishing up the Battle of Bighorn here as everything kind of comes surrounding. 3 T-72 tanks actually staying where they are just because there's not very far to move and I don't want to be doing any cross checks and it's just really crowded. But 1 did jump around the side. He's going to be Johnny on the spot with a side shot, hopefully, although he is out of command range, so it's a +1 to hit. BMP's moved up. Can either engage infantry or M113 tracks. Infantry are going to try to come up and remove the infantry with the support of the BMP-1s as well. AA still there on Overwatch. Okay, starting with the T-72s. Battalion commander is just going to join in on this one since he didn't sound so good, but I do have a separate colored dice representing this guy right here. He needs a 5, actually they're all going to be 5s to hit because either concealment or out of command range. So, lucky number 5 is what we're looking for. Nothing. There it is. Okay, so we're doing the BMPs fire onto here. So we have 2 of them which can only hit those 3 teams. So we'll start with those. They'll need 5s. Actually, the dragon didn't fire, so he's technically gone to ground. But the sword, so we'll actually be targeting saw teams with it to bounce over on 5s. 2. So I put that actually on each saw team for now. And we also have these guys here. We'll do the same thing. We'll target these 2 teams needing 5s. So it will splash where they could actually see. So dragon's going to take 1. Dragon's going to take 1. Looks like he can take 1.
Of the shooters, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to try to do a swap. I'm going to try to swap this hit to the dragon team. So I do it on a 4+. 3+. Made it. So he's going to take the hit. Alright, and then we're just going to go ahead and roll these saves. So this guy is dead. I think I swapped it out. And that's this dragon team here. Oh, sorry, Mark.
Okay.
There you go. This dragon team here is dead. This saw team is good. This saw team is dead. Alright, there you go.
1 dragon. It was with.
Oh, one more dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more.
And 3 up there. Oh, he's dead too.
Pretty much target everybody in there, so I'm just going to roll them all together.
Yeah.
Again, we're doing saws because they fired. Alright, this is just the AK-47 teams needing 5s. Oh my. Oh my.
All but 2.
Where was that for the actual tank stuff? My infantry have been rocking out.
Yeah, your infantry are really good.
RPGs. I didn't know an A beforehand about shooting vehicles and stuff, so I am staying on infantry. So reload. So 1, 2, 3. They'll need 6s. 1. Yep, that's how I want to do it.
All right. We'll do 3 saves on this guy. He's dead. 2 saves on the dragon team. He's alive. 3 saves on the other saw team. And he's dead twice.
Okay, so an open shot from BMP2 here, needing 4s. Yeah, 1. Oops, sorry. Jumping the gun there with your T7.
See how it is, just
That's one way to take out the
breaking his tank.
Got the pins on it. Okay, and we got 1 open shot here, needing 4s. 1. And then we have concealed either way.
Why don't
for
you
these.
shoot at the open guy?
He's, I think, concealed. Got
Oh,
half.
still concealed.
I'm going to go with concealed there, so 5s. 1. So 1 on each.
I think you're going straight to fire.
Straight firepower, yep.
Was
So,
that 5 plus?
5 plus, yep. First one. Yep, so
Off the table.
on that one. Nothing.
So he's bailed out.
Second. Nothing.
Just
Third
bailed
one?
out, you know.
Nothing. At least all bailed and makes a test.
All right, so morale check for my mech platoon, 4 plus. He sticks around. It's cocked. So he's gone. All right, so here it is. It's end of the Soviet turn, start of the U.S. turn. My company commander is really the only guy left. I've got a fist over there. I've got some A-10s coming in, hovering around, but not helping me. So on a 3 plus, the game continues.
Here's that 2.
On a 1 or 2, the game is over. So here we go. Just kidding. 2, it's over.
Thank goodness.
All right.
Calling.
So that good game, Mark.
Thank you. Yes, left hand shake.
All right. All right, so this is the after-action report after the game. This was a brutal Soviet victory, 4-3 over the Americans in hasty attack. So, Mark, how do you feel you did in this game?
I mean, it was, I don't think the plan was great. I mean, I wanted to see how the Heinz did that little alpha strike against the Bads. That was the main reason to bring that, to see how that worked. Yes, I lost 3 helicopters, but the infantry certainly paid for themselves. In fact, my infantry actually were pretty damn good throughout the entire game. Very impressed with Soviet infantry so far. T-72s, they stuck around. They duked it out with the Abrams. They kept things going, so I can't complain at that. I mean, I lost the first platoon, but not a big deal there. I think losing that Abrams platoon to my shots through morale was a huge game turner, because I don't think I could have handled 2 platoons at the same time. Felt pretty comfortable with the AA defense. Artillery was nothing spectacular. I didn't really do anything. I do want to get the rockets. I really want to try the rockets out. Get a little bit more coverage. It doesn't matter for smoke, so might as well save that extra 1 point to go somewhere else. And yeah, overall, I was quite happy with how they continued to push through to the end.
Well, so in this particular matchup, would you have changed anything in your list, knowing what you would be facing? I don't think you knew exactly what I was going to be
No,
bringing.
I didn't. I mean, the Abrams, yeah, I mean, I think, like I say, the one thing that I do want to change out for this list going forward, the 2 Shilkas, sometimes I want to take 4, but I actually, facing Abrams, I would like to drop the air assault infantry, 1 Recce BMP, change the carnations to rockets, and that would actually give me enough points to bring on 2 Su-25s. Not sure if that's great, because you got to kill the VADs. But Su-25s versus Abrams is always a nice matchup.
Yeah. Well, I think, and you took out the VADs early, but you'd lost 3 out of 4 of your helicopters, so
yeah, so not much air to worry about.
there wasn't any air to worry. But if you had those Su-25s, they would have had free run of the board.
True, but then I wouldn't have had the infantry to be able to take out the VADs. So maybe some kind of combination of air assault. The trouble is, you start weeding out T-72s to get more into your squads, then you get yourself in trouble when you have 2 smaller platoons of T-72s.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I thought my your infantry did awesome. They plowed through the middle and only got annihilated when 3 of my platoons combined fire on them. But as far as my army, I tried to take a little bit of everything for the battle report, and I thought everything worked well. Now, someplace I think really went bad was my saves. I I hardly saved anything except this company commander. And even he just glanced, not glanced, that's 40k. Even he bailed out 3 or 4 turns in a row, but just couldn't, the Soviets couldn't seal the deal on him. So
I do think maybe the fist placement was I would maybe try to relocate him at some point. He didn't have much line of sight to my push.
yeah, the
Tough,
fist,
though. Very tough to figure that one out.
the fist might have done better centrally where he could have seen those T-72s earlier, but
Yeah, copperheads are definitely a nasty.
would have been helpful. So I don't know. The mech platoon did all right. My A10s never came in, so that was 10 points that never saw the field. Even if they did come in, they had all of these guys just waiting for them. So probably would have lost one, maybe both of them before they could have fired. So I don't think if I would have got them in that last turn, it would have made much of a difference to the outcome. I like my Cobras coming in. They did take out your Carnation artillery platoon, but then they died, so that was kind of a pretty close trade. Overall, yeah, I think I lost it when my second Abrams platoon died and failed morale and all that, and all I was left with was my company commander. Otherwise, I thought that was a pretty exciting game. I really enjoyed it. Kind of highlighted some of the differences between Team Yankee and Flames of War. It's hard keeping track sometimes of both of those game systems because it's just so similar but not. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that battle report for Team Yankee. Please go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and keep on wargaming.